last topic of the day, guys. The Browns have officially broke ground on the new Brook Park Dome that is set to open in 2029. Since the show began back in 2022, we have not had a ton to celebrate when it comes to the Cleveland Browns. There's been a lot more bad guys than it has been good. So, G. Bush, will the Dome change everything? Is this simply a situation where the Browns have been cursed by a downtown stadium that is under some sort of witch spell that refuses to allow them to have and host a home playoff game? And now that the ground has been broke on the Dome, is the Dome going to change all their fortunes?
Man, come on, man. As much as the Kool-Aid I be drinking, and I stay with Kool-Aid at all times. Bro, look, you need players.
Jesus.
You need coaches.
That's what you want to say.
Come on, man. You can't just have no stadium. Now, listen, I will say something about this. What funny thing about life and momentum is, I remember watching the Indians at one point in time, and my dad used to take us to Municipal Stadium, and they used to be in the old American League East, and they was losing 100 games a year, and I was just like, we ain't never gonna win ever. And then all of a sudden they're like, yo, you know they getting Jacobs Field, and then they got new uniforms, and it was nice. I'm like, they got alternates now. It just don't say Cleveland. And then they're like, oh, you got the best ballpark in the world. And then 94 came around, and they had a bunch of young players that was homegrown, and they was exciting. They hit home runs. They played with attitude. And they had a strike season that year. And but at the end of that year, guess what? We was in first place with the White Sox. And I said, I can't even believe this. Then the next year came around in 95. And it was like a completely different world. I couldn't tell you. I just didn't know what happened. They was good. They played with swag. This city was on fire. Was it all due to the stadium? No.
Yes.
I mean, they had Tommy Bell, Baerga. They had Ramirez in the pipeline. They was cooking. They got Hershiser and Dennis Martinez and guys around the fringes, some veterans that we knew. But
what years was this?
94, 95.
Oh, I was just born.
That's
94,
wild.
94.
Listen, Zach, that's crazy. But synergy.
I was here, though.
Yeah, I was here. Synergy is a thing. Sometimes you can get a new field. I think it'll be bigger for the city, more excitement for the city. But you still got to have players. Yeah. You got to have ball players, bro.
This place is going to be unbelievable, right? What does this organization do? They spent, and they have spent decades on this, right? But it's comical when they put up the tweet, this is for Northeast Ohio. This is for Northeast Ohio if you want to pay $120 to park.
Right.
Nothing's going to change with the organization.
Right.
And they got plenty of years to change that and prove me wrong. But we also got a 26-year track record and 14 years with this ownership, and it's crash-landed, and it's a complete joke. And so move the Cleveland Browns out of Cleveland, which is a complete joke. So it's going to be beautiful, but I'm not real excited.
I got to keep my job for 3 years.
I told you, Ty, just
they're going to build a studio in that.
Hey, could you imagine? I'm going to do the pre- and post-game show right there. I don't even think I got to leave. Like, that's going to be – I got to keep my job for 3 years.
It's so – you know what's so crazy? It's wild that we talk about some of the ticket prices. I mean, that prices a lot of people out of going. Mm-hmm. But I will say this, and I say this all the time. If they want to sell some tickets, I know if I know a person that if they turn out to be good, people will travel to come watch the Cleveland Browns.
We talk about Malik Willis again?
Yeah, look, right? Anthony Richardson. Throw them listen, if you want to, that's why I always consistently say, like, if you want a lottery ticket, I mean, people go
to Browns games, Garrett. Like, people get pumped up to go to Browns games, even for this product.
Yes, they will go.
You give them some great players and a consistently good product, not even consistently great.
Because we talked about earlier, the wrap it in and figure out all this tied in what we saw about in the beginning. We talked about gym shoes and all them different things. People got money for what they priority is, right? Some people's is gym shoes. Some people is when they go out to a meal, they don't look at the menu. And they about to have a bottle of wine, and they about to be here for 3-4 hours. It's like some people spend it on cars. They get a new car every 3 years, right? Some people, the Cleveland Browns is their life. Like, they just, that's why we always talk about how we gonna give them up. When you from here and this is your team you root for,
That's right.
You don't give it up. You just go through eras where you might be a little more mad at each other at
So
that time.
through the years, I've been to every NFL stadium, right? A lot of them, the old one and the new one. And first of all, it's crazy how just this one was built just 27 years ago, and it's ancient.
Ancient, right?
But there are some incredible facilities in LA, in Vegas, in Houston, even though that's getting old. I'm not naming them all.
That's
but
crazy.
You got a favorite?
Well, Green Bay stands on its own because it's so unique there. But like the LA Stadium, unbelievable. The Atlanta and Minnesota, the new ones, unbelievable. But this one is going to be, from the stadium standpoint, it's going to be top notch. They're going to spare no expense. It's going to be top notch. Everything for media, for fans, for players, for the experience around it. Right? It's going to be unbelievable.
That shopping and restaurant area look like it's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, they've taken a little bit from New England. A little bit from LA because they had to build it down on the ground. In LA, it's the old Hollywood Park horse track, and they just dug down. You walk in, you're on level 5. It's a pavilion. Now you can't, you got to enclose it here in Cleveland, but because of the airport next door, it's going to be the same thing. So you're looking down on the field. It's awesome, and like even Minnesota's been open now for several years.
Right.
So think about what the technology is going to be like. They're going to have the best of everything. So they just need to put a good product in there.
In terms of the field,
They better go to the playoffs in 28, and it better be a home game.
No.
That's
the
I
way.
ain't hearing what you saying. Listen,
That's the way you do it.
you go out if you gonna lead downtown.
that's the way you
one
do
thing
it.
that's never happened is a home playoff
Outside.
game. Outside, one last time.
One
Stadium,
time.
yeah, this stadium has never hosted a playoff game.
One last time, one last hoorah. They gotta get a playoff game. Like that should be motivation for the next
Bro.
2 seasons.
Look, this sucks to say, bro, but I look at a lot of people that I know, like when I was younger, right, that were diehard Browns fans, even relatives and family members, right, that we used to huddle around a little TV and watch. And I look back and be like, man, when I was young, I thought they was going to live forever. And now them people is gone, been gone. So to look at it and to say, wow, we've been that long since they came back and we ain't been nowhere close to a championship. To me, I'm envious because people be talking about playoffs. This is my squad. I don't even know what I would do with myself on Super Bowl Sunday, getting ready to watch the Browns or seeing the uniforms on that TV.
You don't know what you would do?
No.
I do. Steve Becker would have a live show, UCSS watch party, where you would be sitting right here in this chair, and they'll roll that TV in right there, and you would watch it. And I'll be at the game.
No. I'm gonna let him know we negotiating 4 years in advance.
What you mean?
The negotiation is I will do a watch party live.
You think you going to the game?
Oh no, I'm going. Or I'm gonna make up or I'm gonna be sick.
McNuggets gonna be sitting right there in that
Yeah,
chair.
right. Or I'm gonna say I'm sick and then go. I'm
sick.
And they be like, but gee, we saw you on TV talking to Tyvus. I said, bro, I got better. I took some NyQuil. I'm sick. I'll get a doctor's note. I know my doctor. You can't refute that. I got to go somewhere for warm weather. I had a breathing disease.
If you talk about the Super Bowl or the playoff game,
bro, both of them.
Well, the playoff game, if it's a whole playoff game, you can go there. Super Bowl, you going into the Super Bowl.
I'm sick. Or I hurt my leg or something.
We have to be at the Super Bowl.
I got to be there.
As a show, we have to be there.
There's no way. There's no way I cannot go.
Everybody
and
going.
The
Browns in the Super Bowl. This whole town canceling everything and going.
But
to
I
the
would
Super
be
Bowl.
sick to my stomach though, Zach, because I would be too nervous. I wouldn't. I couldn't be functional. What do you mean? We gonna talk about the keys to the game? I was nervous in COVID when Baker went to Pittsburgh. I was locked in there with a mask on and a hoodie in my own house by myself. Nobody in there in a little one-bedroom apartment post-divorce.